We begin with a breaking news alert.
And breaking first here at 11 o'clock, right off the top, a Fairfax Connector bus crashing into a parking garage and bursting into flames is happening right near the Fairfax Government Center. We're glad you're with us here at 11 o'clock. I'm Josh Chapin. Scott has the night off. The big question now for investigators, how could this have happened? Christian Flores live there now. The bus we see has been towed away from behind you, Christian, but you're also learning about some of the challenges that first responders faced here.
Yeah, there's still a lot of questions as far as how exactly this bus crash happened. But as far as the challenges, we're told by a fire official, that's because this bus was actually an electric bus, and those fires are always more challenging to put out. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But I want to paint a picture of how exactly this all happened. We're told by that fire official the bus actually drove through this middle section of this bus stop. You can just see how much wreckage was left behind, and you can see how big some of those shards of glass are. I'm actually holding on right now. You can just imagine how dangerous this would be flying through the air, but that wasn't even the worst part of this crash. For that, I want you to follow me and show where exactly the bus crashed. You mentioned the garage. Well, here's the garage where the bus crashed. You can see just how much debris is left behind. Fire crews were here up until about 30 minutes ago or so. And you can see at the end, we're actually told that there's a generator there. And we're told that it's very fortunate that that generator didn't cause a bigger issue because of how big that fire was. Now, we want to show you some video from earlier in the evening when the bus was still wedged against this garage. Now, as I mentioned, there was a lot of issues with the fire, how challenging that was. That was the first thing fire crews had to deal with when they got here a little bit after 6:30. Only one person was hurt. That was the bus driver, but we're told that that driver was taken to the hospital with only minor injuries. Fortunately, there were no passengers inside that bus. Now, as far as the challenges of a fire, especially with an electric vehicle, take a listen to what the spokesperson for Fairfax Fire and Rescue had to say about putting out this particular blaze.
This was an electric bus, so that poses a little bit of a different challenge for us when we come to these sorts of fires. Obviously, the first priority that we do when we get here is to put water on the fire, but the problem is that we have to continue to put water on that fire all the time, because the second that we take water off that fire, the battery gets hotter and it reignites, and it's a consistent fight on that. So our crews, when they arrived on scene, had a number of challenges. It crashed into a generator here. It was an electric bus. We had to make sure that there were no occupants or passengers on the bus. Obviously, it was a busy time when this happened.
Now, there's still a few more things to contend with here. Earlier this evening, there were building inspectors over here to make sure that the garage was still safe to be inside. Also, as the bus was being towed away, fire crews actually had to accompany that to make sure that the bus didn't reignite. But of course, still a lot of questions. Is this garage still safe to be in? And what exactly caused the bus driver to drive through here? As soon as we get those answers, we'll be sure to keep you updated. Reporting live in Fairfax, Christian Flores, 7 News.